it for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Thursday afternoon from the Shield Center. It's the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament on the air here on your live event. Game number one of our quadruple header, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. And fans, for all your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. What we have for you today is 4 games. The first 2 are loser-out contests, and it's rivalry day here in every contest as well. It's Grand Forks Central, the number 8 seed, going up against the number 4 seed, Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. Earlier this season, they split up in Grand Forks. The next game will feature Fargo South and Fargo North, a good old-fashioned Bruin and Spartan match at 3:45. They also split earlier this regular season. Fargo Davies and Fargo Shanley gets things underway in our semifinals tonight at 5:30. Davies won both meetings against the Deacons, but the last meeting about 3 weeks ago at Fargo Shanley came right down the wire for the Eagles. It's a 25th Street showdown between the Eagles and the Deacons. Then the nightcap, it's all West Fargo. West Fargo, Cheyenne, and West Fargo, the Packers. It's the 2 seed against a 3 seed, and they split earlier this season as well. That game will get underway at around 7:15. We have all 4 games today. The girls contest tomorrow, and all 6 games on Saturday right here for you on your live event and yourliveevent.com. They're free, and you can rewatch on demand as well once the games are over later tonight as well. I'm Chase Miller. Joey Hughes running the camera. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Take a look at Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River, how they got to this point. Grand Forks Central won in a play-in game over Devils Lake 60-51 on Saturday. Eric Pay had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and Jack Simmers added 12 points and 5 boards in the win for the Knights. Then Grand Forks Central fell to Fargo Davies 79-49 in the quarterfinals back on Tuesday at Davies High School. Mason Claybo for the Eagles went off with 36 points and 6 made three-pointers in that contest. Jack Simmers led the way for Grand Forks Central with 13 points and 5 rebounds. For Grand Forks Red River, they were able to get a bye into the EDC quarterfinals, and then the Rough Riders matched up with Fargo Shanley at home in Grand Forks in the 4-5 matchup. The Rough Riders fell by 5 points against Fargo Shanley. Vicaria came at 19 points in the win for the Deacons. For Grand Forks Red River, they were led by Zach Kraft with 16 points and 4 made threes. Then Parks also added in 15 points and 3 threes for Payne Parks for Grand Forks Red River. Coming up on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll take a look at what's happening tomorrow in the girls bracket. Also, the WDA officially gets underway today as well at 2 o'clock out in the girls portion. The boys tournament, it's already underway with Monet High and Jamestown at the Bismarck Event Center. We will keep you comprised of those scores going on. The State B girls basketball tournament's going on in Grand Forks. You have sectionals in Minnesota. It's a very fun time of the season. Joey Hughes running the camera. Chase Miller with you here from the Shield Center. We come back on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll take a look at what the girls bracket has to offer tomorrow, and also more of a series history with Grand Forks River and Grand Forks Central in this EDC boys basketball consolation semifinal round action from the Shield Center. It's the EDC basketball tournament on this Thursday afternoon on your live event.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. At Lake Region State College, we change lives.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. we come together for the greater good. From simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show, let's take a look at the series history between the Rough Riders and Grand Forks Central. In the last 10, nearly split down the middle. Grand Forks Central has won 6. Well, Grand Forks Red River has won 6. Grand Forks Central has won 4. The Rough Riders won earlier this season at home on December the 10th, 65-38 over Central. But Central came back with a 1-point win at home on January the 27th, 64-63. The Rough Riders, the number 4 seed in this tournament, their last state tournament appearance came in 2019. On the opposite side for Grand Forks Central, their most recent state tournament appearance, they have 58 in program history, the most in the Eastern Dakota Conference, but their most recent state tournament appearance came in 2006 here for Grand Forks Central. They're the number 8 seed here in this tournament. Again, it's the 4 seed versus the 8 seed in a loser out game. The winner of this game will play at 12:45 on Saturday against the loser of West Fargo, Cheyenne, and West Fargo. So the winner again will advance. The loser, their season will come to a close. In the girls portion, that'll start up tomorrow. All 4 games at 2 o'clock in loser out contests will be Fargo North and Fargo Shanley. At 3:45 will feature the Wahpeton Huskies and the Devils Lake Firebirds in the semifinals tomorrow night here on your live event. The number 1 seed Fargo Davies against the 4 seed West Fargo, and then the nightcap tomorrow night at 7:15. It's the number 2 seed of West Fargo Cheyenne going up against the number 3 seed of Grand Forks Red River, the Rough Riders. And then the boys state qualifiers will start at 11 o'clock in the morning and be at 12:45 on Saturday, with the EDC championship game scheduled to get underway around 7:45, 8 o'clock. On the girls portion for the schedule on Saturday, 2:30 will be state qualifying game number 1, 4:15 the second, with rolling into the EDC girls basketball championship. That is slated to get underway at 6 o'clock. Top 4 seeds advanced on the girls side to the semifinals, and it's the same on the boys side. The only stipulation, the number 5 seed Fargo Shanley Deacons beat the number 4 seed Grand Forks River, so you got 1, 5, 2, and 3 on the boys side still alive for the EDC Boys Basketball Championship. It's Grand Forks Red River and Grand Forks Central here on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Out west, Minot High going up against Jamestown. That game already underway at that game gets underway at 3 o'clock here this afternoon. At 4:45, it's Bismarck St. Mary's against Dickinson out in the WDA quarterfinals. 6:30, number 2 seed Bismarck Century squares off with number 7 seed Mandan. And at 8:15, it's Bismarck High going up against number 6 seeded Bismarck Legacy in the boys portion of the WDA Boys Basketball Tournament. Out west in the girls, Bismarck Century, the team to beat. They're the number 1 team in the state of North Dakota, the number 1 seed in the WDA as well. They go up against Watford City in the quarterfinals at 2. At 3:45, Jamestown and Bismarck Legacy. The nightcap will feature Minot High and Turtle Mountain, and at 7:15, Bismarck High goes up against Mandan. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at IRIEINS.com. Joey Hughes running the camera. Chase Miller with you courtside. We thank you very much for tuning in to high school athletics here throughout the contest again today. Game 1 of 4. We'll have 4 games tomorrow and 6 games on Saturday right here on your live event, and we could not do it without a host of really great sponsors. Irie Insurance, again, providing our pregame show. United Savings Credit Union providing the scoreboard. Thanks to Lake Region State, River Valley Speedway, and a host of others. Too many to make mention, but make sure you patronize those sponsors throughout the next couple of days and into the next couple months as well, because we have Region 1, Region 2 boys basketball tournaments beginning on Monday for the quarterfinals here on your live event in North Dakota. We will have, all of the EDC, a number of games in section basketball in Minnesota as well. It's a fun time of the year. It's a crazy time of the year, but we sure do enjoy bringing you high school basketball coverage here on your live event. Game number 1 of 4. It's Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River, followed by Fargo South and Fargo North at 3:45 in the Consolation semifinals. The semifinals, again, will get underway at 5:30 tonight. Number 1 seed Fargo Davies against number 5 seed Fargo Shanley, and then defending EDC Boys Basketball Tournament champ West Fargo Cheyenne goes up against their rival and the number 3 seed in the West Fargo Packers at 7:15. After today, we will know the boys' state qualifiers in the EDC Championship. After tomorrow, we will know the girls' state qualifiers and the EDC Championship as well. We will keep you comprised of what's going on out in the WDA. This has been our Irie Insurance Pregame Show. We thank you very much for tuning into high school athletics. It is Red River and it's Grand Forks Central. Starting lineups and the opening tip is next from the Shield Center here on your live event.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health. Here for all. Here for good.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
As the colors have been retired here inside the Shield Center, Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here for the action for Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River here on this Thursday afternoon. We thank you very much for tuning into high school athletics as we get ready for our starting lineups. As they go through some of the cheerleader introductions, Grand Forks Central 8-15 on the season, head coached by Dan Carlson. They go up against Grand Forks Red River, the Rough Riders, at 12-8 on the season, head coached by Kirby Creffington here for the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. Rough Riders, the number 4 seed here in this tournament. For Grand Forks Central, the number 8 seed. As we get things ready to go on the scoreboard, Grand Forks Central will be the home team. Grand Forks Red River will be the visiting team here on the north end inside the Shield Center. Taking a look at our starting lineups. Bob Roars, our MC and PA announcer, as they're going to go alternately here on the scores. So they'll start with Grand Forks Red River here. Zach Kraft will be standing for Grand Forks Red River. as we move our attention now to Grand Forks Central. But we'll start with Grand Forks Red River here for the starter. Zach Kraft, a 6'2 junior guard at 16 points and 3 rebounds. On the opposite side here for Grand Forks Red River, they will have Payne Parks, a 6'3 senior, 15 points and 4 rebounds. Also at a senior, Carter Byron, a 6'7 junior center here, averaging 10 points and 8 rebounds per contest. From there, you have Reese Rokamp, a 6'4 junior guard, averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds so far in this tournament. And then the starting 5 is Logan Arison, a 6'4 junior forward in this tournament, 10 points and 4 boards. Again, these are tournament numbers so far through one game. So Kraft, Parks, Byron, Rokamp, and Arison here for Grand Forks Red River. For the Grand Forks Central Knights, they're going to go like this. Jack Simmers with Ross Wilbur, a 5'8 sophomore. For Grand Forks Central as well, Eric Pay, a 6'3 sophomore, 24 points and 12 rebounds in 2 games so far for Grand Forks Central. Sam Strandell, a 6'4 senior forward, Sam Strandell. And then you have Evan Whalen, a 6-foot senior forward. So Simmers, Wilbur, Eric Pay, Strandell, Whalen here for Grand Forks Central. The Knights head coach by Dan Carlson here for the Knights. The winner of this contest advances to the state qualifying game at 12:45 on Saturday afternoon. The loser will have their season come to a close. 2 18-minute halves, a 30-second shot clock here in EDC boys basketball. You have Taylor Porker alongside with Kelvin Toombert and Chris Heisey will be our 3-man crew here as Chris will get ready to tip things off here at center court. Right on schedule, right on time. 2 o'clock we get set and ready to go, and that's where we're going to have this one for game number 1 of 4 here in the EDC boys basketball tournament as Chris Heisey will do the honors here inside the Shield Center. Opening tip is up, and it's going to be won by Grand Forks Central. As the Knights will bring it to the front court now as they leave it right-hand side. Driving kick action to the left baseline here between the circles. This one goes around the ring, left hand to Strandell. Up and over, pass inside, Pay. Back up top of the key, 3 on the way. Whalen, that one rattles out, and the board comes down to Zach Kraft, his first. Grand Forks Red River out in the black uniforms. Grand Forks Central out in their whites. This one goes to the right-hand side on the interior. Ball goes back up top now, working it hard on the interior is Payne Parks. That shot is off the mark as Eric Pay will come down with the rebound. Other end of the floor, driving kick action in transition. Central will go to the baseline here as they leave it back up top between the circles. Ross Wilbur will handle it at the top of the key. Wilbur right-hand side, right wing free throw line extended. Man defense here by Red River. Wilbur dribble, pullback, high arching 3. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebound, put back, good for 2. Eric Pay, 2 points and 2 rebounds early. And right now, Grand Forks Central in their student section out in all white on the south side, making some noise here for the Knights. Grand Forks Central trying to win the season series. Same for Red River. Whoever wins today wins 2 out of 3 against their rival. Harrison loses it for a moment, regains possession here for Logan. Logan takes a couple hard dribbles down the paint, shovel pass right-hand side to Byron inside the three-point line. That one is short. Coming out of nowhere, though, is Rokamp. Put back off the window. No, third time the charm for Carter Byron. Couple offensive boards there for Grand Forks River, and they take advantage as they tie this puppy up at 2 apiece on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. This one goes left-hand side for Grand Forks Central. Whalen will handle it between the circles, swing it right wing. Pay will give the ball screen from Wilbur. Coming off a staggered screen to the baseline now is Simmers. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Simmers uses up that dribble. Left-hand side here for the Knights. With it there is Strandell. Strandell loses it, goes to the floor, tries to go under the legs of Payne Parks. Instead, it's going to be stolen away. Here comes Park on the near sideline to Kraft. Up and over, shot, no. Rebound to Evan Whalen. Up the near sideline, Payne, no look pass across the paint. That's how you transition to Sam Strandell for 2. Strandell with the 2 points, give Pay the assist, and it's a 4-2 start here for Grand Forks Central. Rough Riders at Payne Parks. He'll try to give the Rough Riders their first lead of the day. That one rattles out. Good look, just in and out. Rebound comes down to Pay. Now it goes the other way, spinning to Simmers. Nice shot fake, up and over, shot, no. Ball gets tapped out. to Zach Kraft for the rebound here for the Rough Riders. Kraft now will bring the ball in the front court, leave it left wing. Gets the ball right back from Parks around the horn now to Rokamp. Rokamp with a little try fake, left-handed layup and count it. Reese Rokamp with the end one, a 79% free throw shooter will go to the line for the good old-fashioned three-point play. Ross Wilbur picks up the foul, his first and the team's first. Going to the free throw line as we're tied at 4 apiece here with 15:08 left to play and a back and forth early 2.5 minutes. Free throw attempt is off the mark. Eric Pay gets the rebound, and Pay already has 4 boards if we got him down for here in this contest. Grand Forks Central will leave it in the front court, right-hand side. Taking a hard dribble, crossing over, spinning there is Simmers. Simmers pass inside the paint, going to be a turnover here on Grand Forks Central, their second. Red River on the season averaging 75 points per contest. They're shooting from the field, 45% from the floor, third best in the conference. On the opposite side for Grand Forks Central, averaging 55 points per contest, shooting 37% from the field, which is ninth best in the EDC. Backdoor find, shot off the mark by Payne Parks, and a rebound comes down to Strandell, and the transition to Pay. Pay tries the Euro step, but off balance, and there will be a player control foul here on Grand Forks Central. Pay will pick up his first and the team's second here for Grand Forks Central. Take a look at the Knights. Last year they beat Fargo South in a play-in before losing to West Fargo in the quarters and Fargo North in a loser-out contest. 5-19 last year. 2 seasons ago, 8 wins, 14 losses. Lost to South in an EDC play-in. Ball goes between the circles here for Red River. Driving kick action, right-hand side. Byron back up top right of the key. 3 on the way, Zach Kraft. That one rattles out, and Pay saves it from going out of bounds and clears another board. This one to Simmers now in the front court. Simmers, little Euro step down Broadway. Hang shoot off the mark. Ball gets tapped up right to a Rough Rider in Arison. That's his first bounce pass. Nice defense there. Getting back is Jack Simmers here for Grand Forks Central. Knights in the front court now will handle it. Leave it right-hand side. This one will be with Strandell. Ball gets worse around the horn left wing. Now to Simmers. Pay asking for it on the inside against Parks. Pay, hang, shoot, and the foul will come on Payne Parks. His first, team's first, and going to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Eric Pay, a 50% free throw shooter here for Grand Forks Central. For Grand Forks Red River, coming off a 7-17 season from a year ago. Lost to Wappet in the Consolation semifinals 2 years ago, though. 16-8 lost to Devils Lake in a state qualifier, but made state in 2012, 13, 15, 16, 18, and 19. In the past decade, 20 state tournament appearances in program history. Last state title comes in 2012 from the Fargo Dome. So the free throws coming there by Pay. So far with 5 points in the game. Other end, deep 2 on the way. That'll be by Payne Parks. He becomes the third Grand Forks Red River Rough Rider in the scoring column here. Central will handle it between the circles, up by 1. Winner advances to the state qualifying game on Saturday afternoon at 12:45 right here on your live event against either West Fargo or Cheyenne. We're going to get a blocking foul underneath as if you're Red River, you're asking for the hook. If you're a Grand Forks Central fan, you're going, yeah, Logan Aronson just didn't get there quick enough. So Logan will pick up the foul, his first, and the team's second here for Grand Forks Red River, and a fresh 30 on that shot clock for Grand Forks Central. Driving, cutting, there is Sam Strandell. Gets 3 black jerseys around him. Getting on the floor is going to be Pierce Parks, the 6'2 freshman, and a jump ball will favor Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders here will handle it Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon. Then we got a little Saturday brunch and basketball for you all the way into Saturday evening, where we will figure out who is crowned EDC tournament champion in both the boys and the girls. Last season in the boys, West Fargo Cheyenne over Fargo Davies in that championship game, 92-55. A little 4-out-1 in offense. Top of the key, 3 by Zach Kraft. Tickles the twine. Zach Kraft with this 57th made three-pointer of the season. His 5th in the tournament, and the Rough Riders are up by 2. In the front court now, a little weaving action by Grand Forks Central. Simmers to the baseline. That goes to Strandell. Coming off a staggered screen around the horn. Three-pointer for the answer for the Knights. Yes, sir! Ross Wilbur able to rattle one in. The 43rd made three-pointer of the season for Wilbur, and the Knights are back on top by one. This one, another answer three. Off the front iron, no good. Off the shot by Heikert. Rebound comes down to Payne. We got him down for 6. Going hard down the paint. Strandl, his shot gets blocked by Parks, and he gives it to his younger brother. Good defense there by Payne Parks, the 6'3 senior, going straight up, able to control his body, going out of play, and stay with it. Good spin move by Kraft on the interior, kick out right baseline. That's Heikert, three-pointer, yes! Gunnar Heikert comes right off the bench, and casting threes is Grand Forks Red River. That's their second of this game. The Rough Riders lead it by 2, their largest lead early in this contest. 6 minutes in, Grand Forks Central left-hand side with the basketball. Strandell with it between the rings. Right-hand side now to Wilbur. Wilbur will handle it left of the key. Trying to post up on the inside is Pay. There it comes. Double team comes. Pay throws it up and gets his pickpocketed by Aronson. This one goes the other way for the Rough Riders. They have numbers if they can hurry. Payne Parks to the baseline. Triple right pocket three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound to Sam Strandell. Strandell, little 2-on-2 action down the other side off the window with a little smooch on a Thursday afternoon. Sam Strandell now with 4, and we're knotted at 12 apiece on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. High tempo, back and forth. Loser goes home. It already feels like that early. The tension inside the Shield Center is palpable. Shot is off the mark, colliding with his own teammate there is Payne Parks, so it'll come down with Grand Forks Central, and then Zach Kraft is able to come back on the near sideline. Payne Parks goes hard to the 10, throws it up, lost his balance, and we will get a foul here, it looks like, will come on Grand Forks Central and Sam Strandell. It is his first, team's third, and it is in the act of shooting. So going to the free throw line is going to be Payne Parks. A 66% free throw shooter here on the season for Parks. Grand Forks Red River and Grand Forks Central here in the EDC Boys Consolation semifinals. As Parks goes 1 of 1 so far from the free throw line. Reese Rokamp will check back in. Also, Zach Kraft is on the floor here for Grand Forks Central. Pierce Parks, and also in there, Carter Byron. Free throw attempt will tickle the twine, able to get the friendly roll to Parks. Now 2 of 3 from the line as a team for the Rough Riders. They're up by 2. Gonna go a little 1-3-1 defense here as Grand Forks Central with Ross Wilbur back in. Leaves it to Leo Strandell, the 6'3 sophomore forward. Finds left pocket 3 here. That's Jonas right off the bench. The sophomore guard rattles one in. His second 3 of the tournament from the left pocket. And the Knights respond on that 1-3-1 zone with the triple. This one top of the key, asking for it on the inside there. Instead, a three-pointer coming for the Rough Riders was Rokamp. Asking for it was Carter Byron, but Reese goes, hey, if I got the look, I'm going to take it and I'm going to shoot it, and why not score it as well? It's Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River. Right now we'll handle it between the circles. Back and forth in this contest as we have a timeout on the, a whistle on the floor, as we'll have to get our score bug here. All right, so they will switch the names on us here a little bit, so we will get that taken care of for you for just 1 second. All these tournaments do something a little different, where it's either the higher seed or it's the team on top of the bracket. As game to steal here is Grand Forks Central. Going the other way for 2 is going to be Sam Strandell. So Strandell will tie this puppy up regardless here with under 10 minutes to play. We're tied at 17 apiece. Grand Forks Red River goes left-hand side to Payne Parks. Looking on the interior, nothing there. Byron asking for it, gets the basketball, takes a couple of dribbles. Triple team comes, and this one goes right into our camera, as our camera is able to save that one. It looks all right. That one, if we go to our on-court cam, that one would have came right into your living room. As Grand Forks Red River will get ready with Parks to inbound this basketball right in front of us, as this one is going to have an opportunity here for Grand Forks Red River, as they'll handle it backdoor to Parks on the baseline. Parks over a double team. That shot is off the mark. Still loose. Interior to Pierce Parks. He throws it up. No, and a board. Comes down to Grand Forks Central. Whalen with the basketball after the rebound. Pace skips it left-hand side. Now to the left wing here to Strandell. Leo between the circles to Jack Simmers here. It's been a back-and-forth, even kind of game. The other team really has led by more than a possession throughout this contest. probing. There is Simmers, top of the key, three on the way. That one's off the mark there by Kendall, but we got a foul here on Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders will pick up the foul on Payne Parks, his second, and the team's third. So shooting 2 will be Eric Pay. Pay so far with 5 points. We got him down for 7 rebounds. Has 10 double-doubles on this season, and he's well on his way here. Free throw attempt number 1 is off the front iron. Substitutions as Gunnar Heikert returns here for the Rough Riders and Logan Arison as well. Eric Payne, just a sophomore here for head coach Dan Carlson in Grand Forks Central. When you talked with teams around the EDC this year and you talked about the Knights, everybody brought up the man at the free throw line there in Payne, but unable to get either free throw attempt there. Rebound comes down to Byron. Rough Riders in the front court, now losing the handle for a second as Rokamp regains possession, and he gets the end one. Reese now with 7 points, a chance to make it 8 at the line. The foul goes on Leo Strandell, his first and the team's fourth. So Wilbur with 1, both Strandels with 1, and you have right now Eric Pay with 1 for Grand Forks Central. Neither team has taken a timeout so far. Free throw attempt is good by Reese Rokamp as he converts the good old-fashioned three-point play. Grand Forks Central have 14 fouls on the opposite side for Grand Forks River, currently with 3. Largest lead of the contest here for the Rough Riders. Ball gets swung around the horn, right-hand side to Kendall, now to the baseline there to Sam Strandell. Strandell backing his defender down, tries the right-hand reversal shot, is off the mark, and a rebound to Arison. Rough Riders with numbers, 5 on 4 if they want to hurry. Zach Kraft, driving kick, left pocket 3, Rokamp. That one's going to be off the front iron. Rebound, though, comes down to Heikert, and then he lost it as he ran into his own teammate, and the Knights will come down with it the other way. Jack Simmers, bounce pass, and we got a kick ball here on Grand Forks Red River. So ball will stay with Grand Forks Central on a back and forth, very entertaining first half of basketball here as the Knights with Simmers will inbound it. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Simmers, right pocket 3 on the way. Off the front iron. Rebound, though, comes down to Whalen here. Ball gets skipped. Pay asking for it on the baseline. Pay with the baseball pass that gets deflected across the paint. Hustling for it is Whalen. Double team here on Whalen. Bounce pass goes around the horn. Left wing 3 open is going to be Grand Forks Central. The putback, though, good for 2 by Eric Payne. So Chonis with the shot miss, but Payne just clearing the window right now. We got him down for 7 points and 8 rebounds so far for Grand Forks Central. Red River driving kick action, right-hand side to Zach Kraft. Back up top, man defense here by the Knights. Backing his defender down is Arison. This one goes on the inside. Byron shot up and off the mark, and it's short, and Pay gets the rebound. This one coming to the front court now is Simmers. Simmers looks to spin, can't. Pay top of the key, showing his range. He circles that one in. Eric Pay with just 1 three-pointer on the season. That's his second of the year now in 24 contests, and Grand Forks Central takes the lead by 2, 22-20. Red River back up top here to Arison. Leaves it left wing now to Zach Kraft, and the ball gets poked out of play, and Chris Heisey says we'll stay with Grand Forks Red River. Substitutions on the floor right now as inbounding the basketball will be Gunnar Heikert right in front of that central bench. 6:51 on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard before we get to the halftime, where we take a look at the first half numbers and what's to come here in the EDC tournament. Zach Kraft goes between the ankles, crosses right to left, 3 on the way, and he buried it over Simmers. Zach Kraft with his second three-pointer of the contest, and the Rough Riders are up by 1. Some good shooting in this one early, and while we just said good shooting, three-pointer off the mark, though, by Whalen. Backside rebound by Parks. Pierce in the front court right now will handle the basketball, leaves it left wing to Heikert. Heikert will take a couple hard dribbles. Aronson now to Zach Kraft. Deep 3 on the way. He buried it from Broadway. Zach Kraft with another three-pointer. He's got 9. Grand Forks Red River with their largest lead of the contest right now, 26-22 with 6:05 left to play here in the first half. Central looking for a bucket here, playing a little two-man game. Right-hand side, Ross Wilbur uses up that dribble. 10 seconds on the shot clock now to Sam Strandell. Strandell tries to get by Parks, leaves it left of the key. 3 on the way, yes sir! Whalen with the triple, his 13th of the season. And for Grand Forks Central, that's their 4th 3 of the game. It's raining threes here inside the Shield Center. Aronson left wing now to the baseline here to Heikert. Heikert rips it through on this man defense, and we're going to get an offensive, or is it a blocking foul? They will say it's a blocking foul on Jack Simmers. Simmers will pick up his first, team's 5th. Taylor Parker, Calvin Tumert, and Chris Heisey are 3 officials here. Grand Forks Red River with Payne Parks will check back in after a quick break on the bench. 5:32 left to play here in this EDC Consolation semifinals. Parks dribble pullback, 3-pointer no. Byron tries to collect it instead. It'll come down with Day. Grand Forks Central a chance to take the lead now with the made field goal here with Sam Strandell against this Red River defense. We've seen the Rough Runners go 1-3-1 one time, and then we had a 3-pointer by Jonas, and they haven't shown it since. Grand Forks Central got exclusively man. Hang, shoot inside the paint, no. Ball gets tapped out and right to a Knight there in Whalen. Now to with the basketball there is Pay. Pay spins out of control, and we have a traveling violation here on Grand Forks Central. Red River with Reese Rokamp will check into the contest. Still to come, Fargo North, Fargo South. That one slated to get underway at 3:45 this afternoon. And you got Davies and Fargo Shanley at 5:30, and at 7:15 it's West Fargo Cheyenne and West Fargo. This one started right on time when we haven't really seen that many whistles. Just 8 whistles combined so far. Neither team has taken a timeout. Tough shot off the mark, no good there by Aronson. Rebound comes down here to Payne. Ball gets reversed, left-hand side now to Ross Wilbur. Wilbur between the circles. Little 1-4 offensive set here by Grand Forks Central. Whalen back to Pay at the top of the key. Pay will shoot another 3. That one's going to get the roll. Pay with his second 3-pointer of the day. He came in again with just 1 all season, and Grand Forks Central leads it by 2. Between the circles now for the Rive Riders. Ankle cross goes by Parks, and a body foul as in the semicircle. They'll say is Whalen. The entire Grand Forks Central bench wanted the offensive charge, but because Whalen was in the semicircle, it will be a defensive foul on Grand Forks Central. The team 6, they have 6 pointers with 1 right now, and shooting 2 at the free throw line is going to be Pierce Parks. An 80% free throw shooter on the season, misses the first. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Parks at the free throw line. Grand Forks Central, you got Simmers on the floor, a sophomore guard. Ross Wilbur's out there as well, another sophomore guard. Free throw attempt number 2 by Parks is off the mark. A good rebound on the interior after the tip to Sam Strandell, the senior forward. And Grand Forks Central will give it right back on the turnover. We got him down for 6. Red River will make a substitution. Heikert comes back on the floor. Grand Forks Red River, we've seen more of a 7-man rotation. The same for Grand Forks Central throughout. Grand Forks Central, 9 state championships, most recent in 1996 over Minot when Brooks Bollinger was a sophomore in high school. That one scrapes the ceiling inside the Shield Center here. Reese Rokamp just has a nice, beautiful rainbow kind of jumper here as he nods this one up at 28 apiece. With 3:34 left to play here in the first half. Grand Forks Central, left-hand side will handle it there with Whalen. Bounce pass inside to Pay. Triple team comes, kick out to Strandell. Thought of a 3. Now to Simmers. Simmers hangs, shoots from the baseline for 2. Jack Simmers got by his man. Help comes late in the Central Knights. Lead it by 2. Red River now in the front court will handle it here with Zach Kraft. Back to the top, little jab step action there by Rokamp. Driving kick action on the way to Heikert. Heikert tries to reverse, scoop shot, no. Ball gets in the hands of Sam Strandell. Strandell will leave it right-hand side. Simmers, right pocket 3. That one's going to be long, and a rebound to Zach Kraft. Kraft in the front court now on the near sideline here. Ankle crossover. Good defense by Central and Wilbur to face him off. Aronson looking hard down the paint, uses up that dribble, skips it left-hand side. Red River with Rokamp. Rokamp looking for the cross, finds Kraft. Left wing 3 on the way. That one's going to hit the iron twice and rattle out. Strandell with his rebound and a time on 0-4 will break with him. 2:33 left to play in an entertaining EDC boys basketball tournament contest. It's the Knights up by 2 on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
After the timeout by Grand Forks Central, that's their first of the contest. The Knights will inbound the basketball here in the backcourt. Joey Hughes running the camera from up top. Chase Miller with you courtside. Still to come, we have Fargo South and Fargo North at 3:45. Fargo Davies and alongside Fargo Shanley in semifinal number 1 in West Fargo, Cheyenne and West Fargo. All those games right here on your live event. After the timeout, Grand Forks River goes to a half-court trap here, and they get the steal. Payne Parks with the steal. So a little chess match there between coaches after Coach Carlson went with the timeout. Kirby Creffington switched up the defense. He gets the steal, and they get the foul here as Carter Byron will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. The foul comes on Simmers, his second, team 7, and at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 opportunity is Carter Byron, a 43% free throw shooter. Jonas checks back into the contest here for Grand Forks Central, giving Coach Carlson some good minutes here as a 5'9" sophomore guard. Byron at the free throw line. Make one to get one is short. Rebound. Well, gets tipped out right to Leo Strandell. So Grand Forks Central still up by 2. Jonas in the front court here. Jonas loses balance, and it'll be a turnover here. Might have rolled his ankle. There's a 2:03 left to play here in this first half. Jonas right now, good news, able to come up under his own pressure and probably will get subbed out here in a second for Grand Forks Central as the Knights will make a substitution as Tanner Pepcorn, a 5'11" senior, will check in as Jonas will get checked out here. Grand Forks Red River right now down by 2 with 2:03 left to play on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard with 2 locations in Fargo alongside 1 in Dilworth and Detroit Lakes. Learn more at UnitedSavingsCU.org. Backdoor on the cut. There goes Red River. A little Princeton style of offense. Rokamp went to the wing, and he got to respect his shooting ability, so he goes backdoor. They clear out everyone else, and there's no help. We're tied at 30 apiece. Answering three-pointer by Tanner Pepcorn, no, and a rebound comes down to Reese Rokamp. Grand Forks Red River now with a bucket here, a chance to regain the lead between the circles. Aronson wants a three-point lead. That one is off, and a foul here will come on Carter Byron. For Grand Forks Red River, that'll be their 4th team foul. Byron will pick up his first. So Red River with 2 more fouls to give before the Knights are in the bonus. On the opposite side, if Central commits a foul, Red River is already in the 1-and-1. Central will handle it here in the front court with Ross Wilbur against this 1-3-1 half-court style of trapping defense by the Rough Riders. Ball gets skipped left-hand side. Pepcorn back up top with it with Ross Wilbur. Ball goes to the baseline here for Grand Forks Central. That'll be with Whalen. Whalen gives it to Wilbur, top of the key, back to left wing. Shot clock down to 7. Ball to the right-hand side. Pepcorn, he'll shoot the 3. That one's going to be off the mark and a foul on the Knights. Whalen will get called for the foul. Good box down by Arison. Logan will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1, a 73% free throw shooter. Whalen picks up the foul, his 2nd and the team's 8th. Tough one there for Whalen trying to get the loose ball and the offensive board. Instead, you'll go down the other end of the floor here, and an opportunity with the clock stop for Grand Forks Red River to take the lead. This is any indication of what the next 19 minutes of regulation are going to be like. We should have a beautiful one here inside the Shield Center. This tournament coming in, there was not a quote-unquote clear-cut favorite from top to bottom. Going the other way, little Euro step, right-hand scoop off the mark there by Wilbur. Rebound for Pay, and Pay have himself a day. 15 points, 11 rebounds for the sophomore Eric Pay here in the first half from Grand Forks Central. Right-hand side, that goes to Carter Byron, top of the key. Byron with it right now at the right wing. Byron spinning on the interior, hanging, shooting. Shot is off the mark, and a rebound comes down to Grand Forks Central, and they can take the final shot of the half if they want. About a half-second differential between shot clock and the game clock here, and head coach Dan Carlson puts up, let's just hang for one here. Grand Forks Red River, they'll try to get another steal or two. Very active in this 1-3-1 where they've made it difficult for Grand Forks Central again in the interior. But now with Eric Payback out there, we'll see what Grand Forks Central and how they utilize. Ross Wilbur takes a high ball screen from the aforementioned Pay. Now with 10 seconds left here in the half. This one goes to Sam Strandell. Strandell takes a screen, spins inside the paint, rip through, shot is up, and that's off the mark. Ball gets tipped out, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. After one half of play here from the Shield Center, it's Grand Forks Red River 30 and the Grand Forks Central Knights 32. Our halftime show is coming up next. The winner of this contest plays on Saturday at 12:45 against West Fargo or West Fargo Cheyenne. The loser has their season come to a close. And at the half, it's Grand Forks Central up by 2 here on your live event.
It's a family-oriented community.
It's a great community to raise kids in a family.
They're a safe place to raise a family, and can go four-wheeling on the trails or kayaking down the river.
Just more than knowing the family that's here, it's getting to know new neighbors.
We wanted to be somewhere that was community-oriented, and this felt just perfect.
From too wet to too dry, we know Mother Nature has the final say on the crop. Count on Irie Insurance to help manage that risk. Irie Insurance has a proven track record with over 30 years of experience as a crop insurance leader. Protect your legacy with the right tools to do the job. Learn more at IrieInsurance.com or by calling your local agent in Devils Lake, Hillsborough, Hope, Mackville, Towner, and West Fargo.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
Making a difference and impacting lives comes together when you study to become a nurse at Lake Region State College. Our nursing program is available in Mayville, Grand Forks, and Devils Lake. Find out more today. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Save the dates for the Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. New this year, music from Post-Traumatic Funk Syndrome, the Freddie Justice Hypnotist, the Traveling Escape Room, Nick the Magician for Youth Day, Senior Day, Free Family Friday, the Red Letter Band, the Woodpicks, racing, and so much more. NormanCountyFair.com. The Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. It is where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Everybody's gonna be there.
Back on the floor here, Grand Forks Central leads it by 2 at the half on a United Savings Credit Union scoreboard here. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes running the camera. Let's take a look at some of the first half numbers so far here. In half number 1, shooting from the floor right now, they have Grand Forks Red River at 35% with 5 made three-pointers here by the Rough Riders. 3 of them coming by Zach Kraft by himself. From the free throw line, Grand Forks Red River is 2 of 7, and we have him down for 5 turnovers. On the opposite side for Grand Forks Central, shooting 41% right now from the floor. They are 5 made three-pointers, 5 of 13 from beyond the arc. They're at the free throw line here for Grand Forks Central. They're 3 of 5 from the stripe. Eric Pay has those 3 made free throws. Red River right now -7 in the rebound category, 24-17 in favor of the Knights. Grand Forks Central with 9 first half turnovers. Take a look at the individual numbers in this contest. 15 points by Eric Pay. Pay having himself a day as well. 15 and 11 here for Grand Forks Central. From there you have the 6 points of Sam Strandell. 3 points apiece then by Jonas off the bench, by Whalen for 3, and then by Ross Wilbur for 3. 2 points by Jack Simmers here for Grand Forks Central, but the story has been the 6'3 sophomore Eric Pay. For Grand Forks Red River, they are led offensively by Reese Rokamp with 12 points and 2 rebounds. Rokamp is 1 of 2 from the free throw line with 3 points. 9 points then by Zach Kraft, all from beyond the arc, and 2 assists. You have 4 points by Payne Parks, 3 by Heichert, and 2 by Carter Byron. We come back here on our halftime show. We'll take a look at what's coming up, keep you comprised of what's going on in the WDA as well as their tournament officially got underway today in the quarterfinals for boys and girls basketball. Again at the half on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, Central leads by 2.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high-bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
Let the team at Taxman help prepare your taxes and answer any of your tax-related questions. From financial planning, payroll services, and retirement planning, Taxman focuses on your unique tax, accounting, and consulting needs. For expert, affordable service from accountants that care about you with a combined 200 years of experience, choose Taxman. Open year-round with offices in Fargo and Moorhead. For more information, go online to fmtaxman.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
Back on the floor inside the Shields Center here as Grand Forks Red River is back on the court, getting some shots up before they get underway here in the second half. Taking a look at what's to come later today, you have the number 7 seed Fargo South Bruins. They led by 1 at the half against West Fargo Cheyenne. The Mustangs would come back to win that contest behind 36 points of Michael Niles. So South will play Fargo North, and they just ran into the wrong team at the wrong time in West Fargo. The Packers were hot. Fargo North missed some shots, but then Fargo North Spartans, same deal as they had last season, lost in the quarters, and all of a sudden got to the Consolation semis where they eventually made it to the state tournament. So that'll be South and North at 3:45, 5:30 Davies and Shanley in the semis, then 7:15 it's West Fargo Cheyenne and West Fargo. In the girls' portion, Fargo North and Fargo Shanley get things underway at 2 tomorrow, with Wapaton and Devils Lake to follow at 3:45 in the Consolation semis. The semifinals at 5:30, Davies and West Fargo, and then West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Red River at 7:15. Again, that's a look ahead, and on your out-of-town scoreboard at the half of the State B girls basketball tournament, the Grafton Spoilers lead by 2 of the Kenmare Honkers, 22-20. We come back after this, get ready to go for second half action from the Shields Center.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health. Here for all. Here for good.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsborough community. With the City of Hillsborough Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsborough is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsborough. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsborough-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsborough.
Come back on the floor. It's Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River here in the EDC Boys Basketball Consolation Semifinals. Again, loser, their season comes to a close. The winner, well, they will be able to advance to Saturday, where they will get underway. And a final for you in the State B Girls quarterfinals. Grafton came to play in the second half. The Grafton Spoilers 59. The Kenmare Honkers 34 in State B girls basketball. Again, we will keep you comprised of throughout the day on games that are going on across the state of North Dakota here on your live event. So the Grafton Spoilers again move into the state semifinals, the defending champs in Class B girls basketball, as they get ready to get this second half underway. Chris Heisey, our official, will put this one in, and for Grand Forks Central, coming into our frame is Jack Simmers here to inbound. So Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River, 18 minutes left here in regulation, as Simmers will throw this one into the backcourt. You have Sam Strandell, Eric Pay, Waylon, Wilbur, and Simmers here, the original starting five for the Knights. And the Knights want to tickle the twine. Russ Wilbur, 4-3, his second of the contest and his fifth of the tournament. And just like that, Central leads it by 5. Grand Forks Red River with Zach Kraft. With the basketball is Rokamp. You have Harrison, Byron, and Parks. That's Payne, the original starting five out there on the floor. Rebound off the mark. Ball comes down to Jack Simmers in the front court now for Grand Forks Central. Left-hand side is Sam Strandell. He'll shoot the three-pointer off the mark and a board to Carter Byron. We got him down for 3. Red River in transition now, trailing it by 5. With it between the circles to Payne Parks. Parks with a shot fake, looking inside. Getting the post up there is Byron on Pay. That one shot is up. Shot is off the mark. Byron put back. Yes, sir. Carter Byron, 4 points and 4 rebounds, collecting some stats early in the second half here for Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders and the Knights split the regular season matchup earlier. Grand Forks Central won the last meeting at home on January the 27th, 64-63. So it's been a little over a month since they've last played. Last 4 meetings split right down the middle, 2 wins apiece for both these teams. Pay on the inside, double team comes. Pay, no look pass on the backdoor cut. The shot is blocked there by Parks, and we're going to get a shot clock violation here. Really good defense by Parks after the backup by Whalen. And for Grand Forks Red River, able to make the stop, as Pierce Parks will check into the contest. Is coming out is going to be Reese Rokamp here for Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders will bring this one on the front court with Kraft, and Grand Forks Central has got exclusively man defense so far throughout in this contest. Going backdoor for Parks, that'll hit the backboard, goes to the younger Parks and Pierce will double dribble with the basketball. As Harrison was trying to lob that one up there for Payne Parks to try to get the oop, if not possibly the dunk. Instead, it's going to go the other way here. And for Grand Forks Central, they'll handle the rock. The Knights with 32 points in the first half. Grand Forks River with 30 in half number 1. Pay with the basketball, showing his dribbling handles right now. A little hesitation, dribble on offensive charge. Good defense there by Harrison, as he will take the charge on Eric Pay. That'll be his second, team's first. First time around, these two teams met. A season low in scoring for Grand Forks Central. Just 38 points on December the 10th against Grand Forks Red River. But it's been what you would expected here. The advertising on the wall with everything, as Red River will handle it now in the front court. This one will go to Parks. Parks on the interior, off the front iron, no good. And ball will get tapped out to Grand Forks Central. In that first half, again, Eric Pay with 15 points and 11 rebounds for Grand Forks Central to lead the floor. For Red River, again, the 12 points for Rokamp. This one goes to the right-hand side. Man defense continues by the Rough Runners. We've seen that 1-3-1 half-court trap Pay trying to post up on the inside, nothing there. Back up top to Simmers. Simmers with an ankle cross, and then a defense comes, and we get a foul. The defense will be on Simmers, his third, team second, after the turnover there on Grand Forks Central. Good job jumping the gap there by Parks and Pierce to able to get that ball, as Coach Carlson will have to go to the bench now, and he brings out Leo Strandell here. Simmers will check out the contest. Also, as of note, Kendall Chonis left the game with a little rolled ankle. He's on the court and on the bench with his full gear and attire, so see if we get him back in the contest here for the Knights as well. Grand Forks River goes hard to the tin. Zach Kraft gets the roll. Kraft with just a little jab to the left, and he ripped it through on the right, and he had to expect Kraft to shoot threes. He's made 3 of them already, and there's no backside defense, and Kraft went right to the tin. Red River trailing it by 1. Grand Forks Central, a little curl hop through the paint to the baseline here, and a turnover on the Knights, their third so far of the second half, as Reese Rollcamp will check back in here for Grand Forks Central. Two teams that doesn't matter what the sport. You know about hockey with Central and Red River. You know about the Cushman Classic when it comes to football on the gridiron. These two teams as well, it has lived up to a rivalry kind of Thursday here at the EDC tournament. Parks Hang shoots the floater from 10. No, rebound comes down to Sam Strandell, his 6th. Strandell in the front court, leaves it left-hand side to Leo to the backcourt. Leo gets it right back, rises, three-pointer, yes sir! Leo Strandell with his first triple of the afternoon. It's the 7th as a team for Grand Forks Central as they lead it by 4. Parks in the front court will handle it to the baseline here. Ball goes to Rollcamp. Rollcamp at the right baseline. Ankle cross goes, and we got a foul. Question whose it is. It's going to be on Sam Strandell. That'll be his 2nd. And the team starter going to the free throw line is Reese Rollcamp. In that first half of play, Grand Forks Red River from the free throw line was just 3 of 8 from the stripe. Free throw attempt number 1 is good. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Red River. You hear the student section. Free throw attempt is good. Heard the student section there by Grand Forks Central. They're out in full throttle here. They made the trek down I-29. Good contingent from Grand Forks River and their fan base as well. Dribble entry. Ross Wilbur goes on the baseline here. And now Red River wants a little trapping defense, and they get the steal. Byron up the floor to Rollcamp. Rollcamp girl hop through the paint, and count it. Rollcamp with the end one. He's got 16. The Knights are asking for a travel. Nothing is given. Leo Strandell will pick up the foul, his 2nd, and the team's 4th. So you have 4 fouls right now on Central, 0 right now on Red River. The Rough Riders have 5 timeouts remaining. Central, they have 4. Tied at 38 apiece. Rollcamp free throw. That one rattles out, and the board comes down to Eric Pay. Again, that's going to be his 12th board of the game. Scoreless so far here in the second half after having 15 first half points. They're trying to get it inside to Pay, but ball gets deflected. Aronson up to Byron. Byron uses a hard dribble, lost it right to Rollcamp, though, who is trailing for 2. Reese Rollcamp with now 6 points in the second half, 18 to lead the floor. Ball goes right-hand side here for Grand Forks Central. Top of the key, Ross Wilbur. He'll shoot the 3, gets it to go. Ross Wilbur now with 9 in the contest, and some big-time points here for Grand Forks Red River. Grand Forks Central, excuse me. Red River, though, it's been Rollcamp the other way. Rough Riders, they will handle it there as Byron's going to take a couple hard dribbles down the paint. Left-hand reverse shot off the mark, and ball will go out of bounds, and it will go to Grand Forks Red River. 12:59 left to play here in regulation. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll get to our final numbers in this one. And get to our Enbridge player of the game. Get to our RDK Enterprises play of the game. That and more all coming up here. We got him down for 18 again, Rollcamp. They got him on the board for 21, but again, we got him down for 18. He mildly will get to 21, but right now the question is for Red River, who's going to get a hand up on these hot shooting threes? Grand Forks Central has 4 made field goals in this second half, all from beyond the arc from 3 different players, and Whalen joins the party. The Knights right now are up by 4. Other end of the floor, here comes Red River, and a turnover on the Rough Riders. Grand Forks Central is Strandell. Strandell going to drive, look back door, finds it left of the key. Why not? Whalen, yes, sir! Whalen with the triple. His second in back-to-back possessions. And the Knights have their largest lead at 7. 47-40 right now. Kraft at the top of the key. Leaves it to Aronson. Aronson inside here with Byron. Byron backing down Parks. The shot up, and the shot is good for the end one. Carter Byron with 6 points, a chance to make it 7 at the line, and Eric Pay picks up the foul, his 3rd, and the team's 5th. As substitution here, Jack Simmers will check back in. Sam Strandell will check out of the contest. Red River again trailing it by 7. Gets the and one opportunity to go there. A chance for the three-point play, rattles out. Parks then just climbs the back of Whalen, and the foul is going to be on Evan. That's going to be his 3rd and the team's 6th. So now with 11:59 remaining, Red River's in the bonus from here on out. Pierce Parks will check into the contest for Red River. On the opposite side for the Rough Riders, they have 0 fouls. So Central have to play really smart, especially with a couple of their players now with 3. Going hard down the paint is Parks, and well, now you have Whalen with 4. Evan will pick up his 4th, team 7th, and 2 shots coming here for the Rough Riders and Pierce Parks. Parks goes to the free throw line for the 2 shots upcoming here for Grand Forks Red River. Free throw attempt number 1 gets it to go. Parks an 80% free throw shooter here on the season. Free throw is at the half out in the west. In the girls action, Bismarck Century leads over Watford City 39-15 out west. Bismarck Century, the defending champs, trying to go unbeaten yet again here in Class A girls basketball. The girls in the EDC get going tomorrow for their 2nd day of this week of, again, Tuesday, Friday, and then Saturday. This one into the game again, Chonis. 3-pointer off the backboard. Leo Strandell from the left wing, and he gives it a little kiss on this Thursday afternoon. Central up by 6. Other side, there is Parks. Parks with the up and under reversal for 2. Here's Parks with 4 points in this contest. Central fans wanted the offensive charge. Nothing was given. Grand Forks Central in the front court right now. 11 minutes left to play here in regulation. This one goes left-hand side. Jack Simmers, left pocket 3 on the way! And Central buries another one! Ross Wilbur, his 4th made 3 of the contest. And the Knights are back up by 7. Parks hangs, shoots off the backboard, no. Red River gets the backside board. Oh, where did Heikert come from? Gunnar Heikert had 3 white jerseys around him, and the one jersey wearing black somehow grabbed the board, put it back up, and the Rough Riders get the answer. But right now with this 3-point barrage, it is 7 field goals in this half for Central, all from beyond the arc right now. They have 12 in the contest. Central backing their defender down, trying to get the step through, and there's a foul here on Payne Parks. Parks will pick up his 3rd, team's 1st, and going to the free throw line here for Central will be Sam Strandell, a 44% free throw shooter to shoot 2. Going back to what we were saying earlier, though, in the broadcast, when this tournament came out and throughout the season, talking with coaches about who is the quote-unquote clear-cut number 1, there wasn't necessarily one particular team in the EDC. Everyone said, depending on the day, depending on the type of team you get, you could be in for a dogfight in this tournament. And that's what we see here on Rivalry Thursday, where we have 4 games, all with rivals playing against each other. Red River, the 4 seed. Central, again, the 8 seed. Shot is off the mark there by Strandell. Misses the 1st and the 2nd. Board comes down to Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders right now. Kraft on the interior. Gives it to Byron. Byron underneath. Byron working with it. Shot no. Rokamp rebound. Put back and 1. Reese Rokamp with 20 points, and have yourself a Thursday afternoon for the junior guard in Reese Rokamp. Wilbur picks the foul, his 2nd, team's 8th. 4 on Whalen, 3 right now with Pay, and 3 with Jack Simmers. Free throw coming here for the Rough Riders is good. Rokamp with the and one. 21 points now in this contest to lead the floor here for Grand Forks Red River. Grand Forks Central, good hedge by Parks. Double team comes close to an over and back, but we get a reach and foul before that. The one pivot by Wilbur almost had the right foot go in the backcourt here. Zach Raff will pick up the foul, his first, team second, as Grand Forks Central will bring back into the contest Eric Pay with those 3 personal fouls. As inbounding it right in front of us here will be Jack Simmers. See where he goes. Goes in the backcourt to Sam Strandell on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Grand Forks Central leads it by 2. Strandell goes hard down the paint. Hang, shoot, baby, hook off the mark, no good. Payne Parks gets the rebound. Up the other end of the floor here is Rokamp. Rokamp on the right baseline. Dribble pullback, shot fake. Rokamp, shot up, shot off the mark. Ball tipped out in 2. Grand Forks Central. Game number 1 of 4 here in the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament. 2 contest loser out games. The next 2 games, semifinals, where we will know 2 of the 4 teams that will represent the East in the state tournament next Thursday out in the capital city in Bismarck. And a illegal screen comes here on Grand Forks Central, and Eric Pay will pick up his 4th and the team's 9th. The first story was Eric Pay. He had 15 points, 11 rebounds. Here in the second half, the story has been the 3 points by Wilbur with 3, Strandell with 2, and you have Whalen with 2. 7 threes right now is a story for Grand Forks Central in the second half, and Red River continues to stay hot with Zach Kraft from the right wing for the triple. That's his 4th, and now with 14 points. Grand Forks Central trailing it by 1 right now, up by 7 just moments ago. Strandell wants to change that. Sam, the 3-pointer, no. Pay with the rebound. Nice spin move on the interior for the 2 points. Eric Pay, and a time on the floor with Coach Carlson will break. Grand Forks Central leads by 1 on a United Savings Credit Union scoreboard.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Back on the floor inside the Shield Center, Grand Forks Central 55, Grand Forks Red River 54. Dan Carlson takes Eric Pay out with those 4 fouls after that offensive board here as Grand Forks Red River will bring it in the backcourt. And right now, what was a 47-40 lead for Grand Forks Central, with 12:01 left to play, has been cut down to 1, and moments ago Red River was even leading. Red River will drive and kick, right-hand side shot fake there by Hiker, back to Rokamp. Rokamp, hang, shoot, good defense on the inside, going straight up. The Central Knights are trying to battle for it, and they get it. That's going to be off of Logan Arison underneath here for Red River, and a turnover there by the Rough Runners. Some of the stats in this one, shooting from beyond the arc, Central 12 of 22 from beyond the arc. Red River currently 6 of 14. Central, and we're going to get a blocking foul here on Hikert. His first and the team's 3rd on Grand Forks Red River. Red River is in the double bonus from here on out, so every time there was a foul on Central, barring where it is on the floor, it would result in free throws, and 2 here for Grand Forks Red River. On the opposite side, Red River right now with just 3 team fouls. They have 5 timeouts remaining. Grand Forks Central has 3. 3-pointer halfway out, no good. Rebound comes down to Carter Byron underneath, his 5th board of the game. Red River down by 1 with Payne Parks. Back to Byron. Byron with a little nail pick down the paint to the baseline runner, no. And a rebound comes down to Leo Strandell. Grand Forks Central will handle it now with Ross Wilbur. Finds the man there in the backcourt to Strandell, who spins. Kick out right-hand side Simmers. Simmers double team comes across the paint for 2. Whalen for the 2 points. He's in double digits now with 11. In the first 2 games in this tournament, Whalen just had 3 points combined. Rokamp rises, 13-footer inside the paint long, and a board to Grand Forks Central to Whalen, his 5th. Grand Forks Central leads it by 3, 7.5 to play here in regulation in the EDC Boys Basketball Consolation semifinals. Loser, season is done. 3-pointer, that's on the way! Leo Strandell with the 13th three of the game here for Grand Forks Central, and the Knights lead it by 6. Red River, left-hand side, Parks, inside Byron, double team comes. Arison will handle it, back to Byron on the give and go. Big man to big man for the 2 points. Byron now with 8 in this contest, give Arison the assist, and when a big man can dribble and pass like that, and is just dangerous defensively. Simmers, top of the key, Central reverse it, left-hand side, Strandell. Leo will take a hard dribble down the paint, rises, shoots off the backboard for 2. Leo Strandell with 11 points, all in this second half here for Grand Forks Central. The Knights lead it by 6. Other side of the floor here, going on the interior. Byron will handle it there. Double team comes, and it's off of Byron. A turnover on Grand Forks Red River. Substitution as Hudson Flom, a 6-foot junior, will check in. Also, Pierce Sparks will come back on the floor here for the Rough Riders. Grand Forks Central with 13 threes here in this contest. 13 of their 24 field goals are from beyond the arc, and that's been the difference maker. Dribble pullback inside the three-point line there by Wilberzoff. The rebound comes down to Hudson. Flom, the 6-foot junior guard, getting some minutes now for Kirby Creffington. It's not so much about Red River's offense. That's been efficient. It's been more about the defense and the shooting by the Knights. Parks goes down the paint. Pierce hangs, shoots, and scores. Here's Parks with 6 points now in this contest, all in this second half, and the Rough Riders are trailing it by 4. Grand Forks Central leaves it right-hand side to Jack Simmers. Simmers right at the key, three-pointer on the way. Off the mark there by Wilbur. Getting it on the interior is Byron, and we have a foul here, I believe, on Grand Forks Central, and it is a foul here, and 2 shots going the other way here for Byron. So Whalen will foul out with 5. He will finish with 11 points, 3 made threes in this contest. And also for Whalen, we'll have 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. 4 made field goals, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Central shooting 50% from the floor. For Grand Forks River right now, 42% from the floor. Rebounds +5 for Grand Forks Central, 32-27. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises play of the game. And right now, that might be the 3-pointers by Grand Forks Central. If Central is able to hold on and win, we'll also get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game. That's all coming up on our post-game report. Free throw attempt by Byron is off the mark. And that's something Red River currently 8 of 16 now from the free throw line. Free throw attempt number 2 is good. So Byron goes 1 of 2 from the line. The Rough Riders take advantage of that foul call on Whalen, trailing it by 3 with under 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Game number 2 next, that scheduled for 3:45 with North and South. Baseline 3, Strandell, the triple, tickles the twine. Sam Strandell with his first 3 of the afternoon. He's got 9, and the 14th made 3 for Central as a team. Red River works with it the other way, trying to go backdoor to Parks. That's off of Payne. We'll handle it on the interior, and offensive foul here on Payne Parks. The offensive charge, Leo Strandell able to hold his ground, and Payne Parks picks up his 4th and the team's 4th. Substitution as Flom will check out. Rollcamp will check back in. 65-59 Central with 5:18 left to play here in regulation. Central in the front court right now will handle it between the circles with Jack Simmers. Simmers top of the key, crosses over, and we're going to get a foul. Also be on Parks. Pierce with the reach, his 1st and the team's 5th. Red River will have 1 more to give before Central's in the bonus. Red River with 5 timeouts remaining. They would own the next jump ball. Grand Forks Central with 3 timeouts remaining. Pay back in the contest here. Takes a power dribble, strikes a step through. Shot is good. Pay found himself underneath the hoop and just got enough of the angle. Grand Forks Central with their largest lead of the game at 8. Little shovel pass on the inside. Byron gets rejected. Byron put back. No, it's still loose underneath. And then we have a foul here on Grand Forks Central. So Byron had not 1 but 2 opportunities on it. And it goes back the other end of the floor. Wilbur will pick up the foul, his 3rd, team's 10th, and 2 shots upcoming here for Pierce Parks. Parks 2 of 4 in the contest from the line. Free throw attempt is good. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming. Right now it would be a 2-possession game if Parks is able to make the free throw. It would be 3 possessions if he misses, and he misses. Rebound, that's going to come down to Eric Pay. 19 points, 13 boards for the senior, and Eric Pay 15 and 11 in the first half alone. This one going to go to Leo Strandell. Hangs on the inside to Pay. Pay takes a power dribble, rip through. What a move by the sophomore on the baseline. Eric Pay with a sweet 21 here on this Thursday afternoon. Red River right now coming down the other side. Here is Pierce. That shot partially blocked by Strandell. It's still loose. Byron handles it on the inside to Pierce. Payne will put that one up and gets it to go. Payne Parks, gets the 2 points after Pierce Parks had an opportunity with it. So Rough Riders with a desperate bucket, but right now they got to crack down defensively here against Grand Forks Central. A little 4 out, 1 in. The one right now with Pay. Dribble handoff to Strandell. Strandell bounce pass right-hand side. Simmers with a little shake and bake dribble. Gives it now to Wilbur. Wilbur rises from the free throw line. Shot is off the mark, and there's the rebound by Rokamp. Rokamp, little shovel pass now to Parks. Left wing will handle it back up top to Byron. Top of the key for 3. Off the front iron. Takes a different bounce off the dead end. Rokamp clears it for the end one. Reese Rokamp with 23 on the afternoon. Wilbur picks up the foul, his 4th, and an and-one opportunity here for Reese Rokamp. Red River down by 5, and a chance for the good old-fashioned 3-point opportunity here for Rokamp. 23 points here on the afternoon. Free throw is good, and we got a timeout on the floor. We'll break with him. Don't you go anywhere. 3:37 left to play in regulation. Grand Forks Central up by 4 on your United Savings Credit Union scoreboard.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. At Lake Region State College, we change lives.
It's been a fun one here, and this is just game number 1 of 4 on Rivalry Day here in the EDC Boys Basketball Tournament. North and South follows this one at 3:45. Davies and Shanley, the Battle of 25th Street at 5:30, and it's the City of West Fargo with West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne tonight at 7:15. If this is any indication of what we have on store, we got all 4 of them for you right here on your live event. Have that time out by Grand Forks River. They'll come out with a little full court pressure token defense here. A little 2-2-1. The Central Knights will have to try to get it over. They can't. A turnover. This one goes now to Parks. Oop, shot no. Parks stays with it. He handles it on the interior. Shot is off, no, and then Pay will come down with it. So Pierce had a couple of really good looks for Red River, just unable to get the 2 points there. Central, top of the key. They leave it left-hand side. Leo Strandell takes a pick and roll. Finds Pay on the roll. Pay with the right-hand scoop. Reverse for 2. Pay right now with 23 points and 14 rebounds, and give the honey of assists to Wilbur. Rokamp open. They gambled to get the steal. Rokamp three-pointer no, and Pay gets another board. In the front court now, here comes Grand Forks Central as they handle it with Leo Strandell. Strandell finds Pay, rises, hangs, shoots. Shot off, no. Strandell put back, and he gets fouled. Sam Strandell with the opportunity here at the free throw line. Foul will come on Grand Forks Red River. Pierce Parks, his 2nd and the team's 6th. Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River here. Free throw attempt upcoming for Central. Strandell makes the first. Strandell now in double figures with 10. Grand Forks Central shooting 52% from the floor. Grand Forks Red River right now shooting 39% from the floor. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Sam Strandell. That one is going to be long, but a rebound by Jack Simmers, the only white jersey in there, going for the board. Ball goes to Payne, and it's going to be a body foul here on Payne Parks, and Payne's night is done. Payne Parks will foul out of this contest. with 6 points here for the senior. Payne will also have 4 rebounds, 3 steals. But Payne Parks says a senior will check out in what he hopes is not the final time wearing that Rough Rider uniform here with 2:35 left to play in regulation. Pay at the line with the 1-and-1, buries the first. Pay right now 4 of 6 from the free throw line with 24 points on the afternoon and 15 rebounds. Pay free throw attempt number 2 is off, and Simmers gets another board. It's another opportunity, and Central can milk another 30 seconds off the clock if they want. Simmers with 2 absolute big-time rebounds on the inside there for Central. Strandel, drive, kick, Simmers, got it! The exclamation point 3! Simmers from the left baseline, and Central for the first time today leads by 11. Red River needs a bucket. Aronson, 3, got it to go. Logan Aronson with his first field goal of the afternoon in a desperate time for Red River at the 2-minute mark here in regulation. Full court press continues by the Rough Riders. This one comes right in front of us. Central will handle it, and we have a timeout here with Coach Carlson. Looks like Media Row is all right with 1:57 left to play in regulation. We'll break as well. Central up by 8.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Our post-game show is coming up around the corner here, and it's going to be one to see what's going to happen between these two particular teams, as it has been that kind of a game here between Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks River. It's been a lot of fun. Chase Miller with you here courtside from the Shield Center. Joey Hughes running the camera. Coming up later on, again, Fargo North, Fargo South at 3:45 in another rivalry Consolation semifinal round contest where those two teams split in the regular season. But before then, we got 1 minute and 57 seconds left here in regulation. Grand Forks, Red River, and Grand Forks Central. Central with 2 timeouts remaining, Red River with 4. Red River right now with 17 fouls. Central Knights have 10. Inbounding the basketball is Simmers. Simmers gives it to Strandell. Double team comes back to Simmers. They break the press, but it goes right through the wickets of Leo Strandell, and a turnover on Grand Forks Central. So the Rough Riders get what they needed, which was a quick stop or a turnover. And you don't need a 3 yet if you're a Rough Rider fan. A 2 is just as good as a 3 right now because they're trailing it by 3 possessions. But if you're open, the Rough Riders are going to jack one. Kraft comes off the screen. Left pocket 3 on the way. No, put back here by Flum. Puts it back up and gets fouled. And it depends on who it's on here. This could be big. If it's on Pay, his day is done. Instead, it's going to be on Grand Forks Central. This will be on Leo Strandell, his 3rd. 2 shots upcoming here for Hudson Flom, a 42% free throw shooter here on the season. Needs both to make it a 2-possession game. The lefty first. Misses that one. Red River at the team right now at the free throw line. 11 of 21 from the stripe. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way for Flom. That one's off, and a board by Aronson, and a foul here on Aronson. And Central will go down the other way for the 1-and-1. So Logan picks up the foul. His second. That'll be the team's ace. So it's a 1-and-1 opportunity going the other way here for Grand Forks Central. As Sam Strandell will go to the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1 opportunity. Strandell right now with 15 points, 1 of 4 from the free throw line here this afternoon. Make one to get one for Strandell. And he banks it in at 3:08 on a Thursday afternoon. When it's your night and your day, you just get shots like that to go your way sometimes. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Strandell. Misses that one, but he does go 1 of 2 from the line, and because of that, gets that game up to now a 9-point edge for Grand Forks Central. Red River, this is a team that can hit threes in a hurry, and they might need them now. Kraft finds it, Aronson. Aronson with a couple hard dribbles. Back to Kraft, right pocket three on the way. Off the backboard, no. Rebound goes to Byron on the inside. Back to Kraft, right to the key for three, and he gets fouled, shooting three. The foul will come on Ross Wilbur, and Wilbur's afternoon is done. So Wilbur will pick up the foul here for Grand Forks Central. 12 points, 1 steal, 4 made threes for Ross Wilbur. His afternoon is done alongside with Evan Whalen here for Central. Red River's had 1 so far, and Payne Parks foul out of this contest. 2 free throw attempts upcoming for, 3 free throw attempts upcoming here for Zach Kraft. And this is just as good for Red River. Clock is stopped. Kraft, a 74% free throw shooter, makes the first 2. Second one is good. Third one on the way here for Zach Kraft. Love the shoes, by the way. Free throw is good. Kraft with 8 points here in this half, 17 in the game, and Red River back within 2 possessions. Little diamond one, full court press. And Central lost it off his right hip as Jack Simmers. If the Rough Riders are going to come back, they're going to need plays like that here for Grand Forks Red River. This one on the far sideline now for the Rough Riders to inbound it with Flom. Gives it to Kraft. Kraft with a couple hard dribbles back to Flom, to Kraft on the right baseline. Aronson will handle it at the right wing. Leaves it for Kraft, close to an over and back. Kraft with the ankle cross right now. Shoots from the top of the key. 3, no. Rebound by Flom. Gives it to Rokamp. Rokamp rips it through. Tries to go hard on the inside. Lost his balance. Flom was there. Still tracks it down. Goes out of bounds. Trying to call a timeout. Can't. The ball will go back to Grand Forks Central. So at River burns 22 seconds down the possession, unable to score, as now the Central Knights will handle it here in the backcourt. Grand Forks Central does have 2 timeouts remaining if they need to call one. And there's going to be a body foul here on the near sideline. Simmers will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. The body foul here on Aronson. That'll be Logan's 3rd, team's 9th. And Simmers, a 51% free throw shooter with 5 points here this afternoon, toes the stripe. Still a 2-possession game right now, depending on what Simmers can do from the free throw line here for Grand Forks Central. Grand Forks Central currently this afternoon from the line, 4 of 12 as a team from the stripe. And we'll play it off the rim here on this shot with Simmers. Simmers buries the first. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for the sophomore guard. That one is going to be off the mark, no good. Aronson gets the rebound here for Grand Forks Red River. Rough Riders bringing in the front court. They're trailing it by 7. Got to have a bucket now. Rokamp, dribble, pullback, 3, partially blocked. Pay tries to come up with it. He does. Pay will handle the basketball, looking for a teammate. Finds one now. Red River looking to foul. They almost get the steal. Instead, it's a foul here on Flom. He'll pick up his first, team's 10th, and going the other way here will be Jonas Kendall, a sophomore guard for Grand Forks Central. Central's last time they have made the state tournament comes in 2006. The last time they won a state championship was 1996 for Grand Forks Central. Free throw attempt on the way. That's good. Last time Central won a state title, Brooks Bollinger was a sophomore in high school, but last time, more importantly for the Knights that they've made state, was 2006. Over 15 years ago. Free throw attempt number 1 is good. Second one off the mark. And now it's time to boogie here for Red River. Trailing it by 8. Aronson in the front court gives it to Rokamp. Rokamp will handle it. Takes not 1 but 2 ball screens. Central right now switching everything. Aronson left of the key. 3 on the way. That one's off the back tap. Put back there and a timeout on the floor. Carter Byron gets to 2 points. Another rebound as well. Byron now with 11 in this contest. 17 seconds left to play. A timeout on the floor. We'll break with them and give you the final 17.1 seconds when we return inside the Shield Center on your live event.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
The winner of this game will move on to play at 12:45 on Saturday afternoon in Game 2 of 6 on Saturday from the Shield Center here on your live event. They will play the loser of West Fargo, Cheyenne and West Fargo later tonight at 7:15. So after the timeout by Grand Forks Red River, they have 3 remaining here for the Rough Riders. Again, it's a double bonus from here on out. Full court press by Red River. Central in the backcourt. Double team comes Rough Rider, and we get a Coffin's Corner timeout. About 3.5 seconds come off the clock. Not a bad timeout there by Chonis as they had 2 remaining, so now they'll just have 1. Red River was looking for the quick trap steal and then try to get to the rim. So some time comes off the clock. Now if you're Red River, you wonder if you have to get into that situation where you foul immediately and hope that Central misses both free throws, come down the other end, hit a quick 3, and then anything can happen with 2-3 seconds remaining. Still to come, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises play of the contest. RDK Enterprises will be holding their Hillsboro Operator Clinic Monday, March the 21st. To register, visit planterdoc.com. This clinic will provide the opportunity to brush up on monitor, setup, and operation of precision planting systems. RDK Enterprises Operator on Clinic on Monday, March the 21st at the Hillsboro store. They look forward to visiting with you. To see the agenda and to register for this event, visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. The girls will get going tomorrow again. Red River will play in the semifinals against West Fargo Cheyenne at 7:15. Grand Forks Central fell to Devils Lake in a EDC qualifying game on Saturday. Full court press. The ball will get inbounded right in front of the cheerleaders here of Grand Forks Red River as Central will handle it. This one, Simmers up the floor to Pay, leaves it right-hand side to Strandell, and Strandell's just going to hold it right now. Strandell goes to the other one, and now Red River has to chase the game, and Red River will get called with the foul here, and Dan Carlson's asking for the intentional, because if it's intentional, it's 2 free throws with the ball back. If not, it's just a common foul and 2 shots of coming, and there it is. It's going to be an intentional foul here on Rokamp. So Reese Rokamp will get the intentional foul. So Central will get 2 free throws and the ball back here. That throw by Simmers able to go down the floor to Pay, who then just left it off to Leo Strandell, who gave it to Sam. Then it ended up with Chonis at the free throw line. Kendall shooting 2. First one is off the mark. So the number 8 seed in this tournament, Grand Forks Central, 6.4 seconds away from moving on to a state qualifying game on Saturday. Free throw is off the mark. In the quarterfinals, there was no upsets outside of the number 5 seed Shanley over number 4 seed Red River. But that 4-5 game, a lot of times you don't consider a true upset. This, in terms of seed line, would be a big-time upset. Number 8 Central, 8 wins, 15 losses on the season, going up against the number 4 seed of Grand Forks River at 12-8. And Central, 6.4 seconds away from a state qualifying game. They inbound the basketball. Strandell just looking to dribble it out right now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's final. Grand Forks Central will see you in the state qualifying game on Saturday afternoon. A 79-73 win as the Grand Forks Central fans will come on the floor as they beat their rival here today. Grand Forks Central led by the 24 points of Eric Pay with 15 rebounds. For Grand Forks River led by the 24 points of Reese Rowenkamp. Our post-game show is next here on your live event.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health. Here for all. Here for good.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the City of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
As we come back here, Grand Forks Central picks up the victory in a final in this one, 79-73, the final as they're moving the score for our next game with Fargo North and Fargo South here in a second. But first things first, with us now is Eric Pay. And Eric, congratulations first and foremost on the win. You went up against your rival in Grand Forks, whatever. You split with them earlier this season. You knew it was going to be a dogfight. Just talk about the performance by your squad here from top to bottom and what got you over the top in this Consolation semifinal.
I'm kind of nervous, actually, on a college arena and all that. I would say we went out there, we knew what we were going to do. Everybody know the role, and they did their job perfectly. We came out hot first half, we came out hot second half, and they did not know that. They thought we were a weak team, and we showed them what was up.
Can you just describe what that first half was like? We had you down for 15 points, 11 rebounds. Just talk about your performance for that double-double in that first 18 minutes and just kind of the rhythm that you were in that first half, Eric.
Shoot, I didn't even know I had that much. I started racking them up. The team really depends on me for that type of stuff. So I saw that nobody was really getting the rebounds for our team, no boxing out, so I had to do it myself.
What about the second half? I mean, the flurry of three-pointers. You guys finished with 15 threes on the afternoon, go 15 of 28 from the free throw line. I know you picked up some foul trouble in the second half. All of a sudden, you got Ross Wilbur with 3 made second-half threes. Leo Strandl had 3 made second-half threes. Sam Strandl hit 1. Evan Whalen was able to hit 2. Just talk about those guys when they were going in, what you were feeling in terms of momentum, whether you're on the court or watching your teammates perform on the bench there with that foul trouble.
Shoot, when we're out there, when I saw my team knocking out shots, I felt like we're going to win off the rip. Shoot, all our shots were falling. We're supposed to be a three-point team. We didn't really showcase it in the regular season, but we're going to showcase it now.
Final thing for you before we let you go, how sweet is it to beat your rival and, more importantly, have a chance to go to the state tournament with one more game that you got on your season on Saturday afternoon?
It feels great. I'm so blessed for this opportunity.
Hey, Eric, we thank you so much for your time. We'll see you Saturday afternoon, and keep hooping like you have been, okay?
Thank you.
Eric Pay with us here from Grand Forks Central. Again, your final 79-73. Our postgame show continues after this here on your live event.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high-bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
The City of Hillsborough welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsborough community. With the City of Hillsborough Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsborough is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsborough. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsborough-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsborough.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Perfect timing as we get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Work has begun to replace Line 3 and keeping everyone safe is Enbridge's top priority. Robust COVID-19 safety rules have been established for Enbridge employees because all they want is everyone home safe. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3.us. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, you heard from him right there, Eric Pay with 24 points, 16 rebounds, a double-double performance for the sophomore, his 11th double-double of the season here for Grand Forks Central. And then our RDK Enterprises play of the contest. Well, that's the three-point line for Grand Forks Central. They go 15 of 28 from the from the three-point line. They go 53% in that win here for Grand Forks Central. Final numbers for the Knights: Eric Pay, 24 points. Ross Wilbur with 12 points, 4 made threes. 11 points by Sam Strandell with 7 rebounds. 11 by Leo Strandell and 11 by Evan Whalen as well. 6 by Simmers, and then you had Jonas with 4 points. For Grand Forks River, they were led by Reese Rokamp with 24 points. They go 1 made 3, 9 of 15 from the floor for Rokamp with 24 points. Zach Kraft with 17 points. Carter Byron with a double-double of 11 and 11. Pierce Parks, 7 points, 6 points by Payne, 5 points by Gunnar Heikert, and 3 points by Arson as well. Aronson here for the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders shoot 38% from the floor. Central at 52%. 7 threes for the Rough Riders, 15 for Central. Central 6 of 18 from the floor, while Red River at 14 of 25. Again, your final: Grand Forks Central wins it 79-73. Up next in about 20 minutes, we'll tip off with Fargo South and Fargo North in another Consolation semifinal. Davies and Shanley in the semis at 5:30. Then at 7:15, it's a nightcap: West Fargo, Cheyenne, and West Fargo. On behalf of Joey Hughes running the camera, I'm Chase Miller from the Shield Center. Game number 1 of 4 is in the books. The 8 seed Grand Forks River moving on. Grand Forks Central moving on. Red River finishes 12-9 on the season. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go to yourliveevent.com for game number 2 of 4 between South and North next here in Fargo.